we're back. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal, back at it again, giving you that gay shit you love while jumping into more Final Fantasy 15. So last time we were here, we murdered some more monsters, fought against our first set of demons, and I talked about gays and body image, in addition to the pressure of looking for other people for approval and acceptance. This time around, we're going to smack around some more demons, advance the main quest a bit, finally. And I'm going to show off some of Ignis's gameplay, because our head queen has been really waiting to show out for us. On top of that, I'm also going to talk about some of the different ways that gays portray themselves to other people, because it kind of has to do with the previous topic. You know, sometimes there's a pressure for us to look a certain way or act a certain way when we're kind of discussing our sexuality with other people. And finally, I'll also talk a little bit about the perks of being an evil homosexual menace in public. So, that being said, the first thing we need to do is go ahead and head towards this quest objective. Now, I actually practiced this a little bit off screen because I was a little bit afraid that we were going to get murdered. I haven't shown you what it's like if you're just wandering around in the middle of nowhere while it's nighttime, but it can get pretty intense out there. There are people just really ready to ruin our little gay lives, and it's not a look I'm about. So, we are going to hug this mountain, because if we do that, we won't be attacked by anything until we get to the quest. But other than that, how are y'all doing? I'm doing just dandy. I haven't asked y'all for questions, so as a refresher, you know, this is not a gay endeavor that's solely done by me. I always appreciate your questions and comments, so if you have something you want to talk about, or want me to talk about, rather, go ahead and leave me a comment, and I'll try to weave that topic into one of my future videos. Just don't forget, some of these are pre-recorded a bit earlier than I'm uploading them, so I can't always instantly incorporate what you want me to talk about, because, you know, I've already recorded several episodes. But that being said, I'm always looking for more gay energy to be put in my world, so if you got something cool to say, go ahead and lay it on me, fam. Alright, but what did I do? I actually went to see Love, Simon yesterday, which was pretty cute. And it kind of inspired part of the topic for me. I'm not going to spoil the movie, I'm just going to talk more about my feelings about it. I thought it was very cute, a lot of positive gay energy, but ultimately a lot of it was unrelatable to me, because, for one, the setting it took place in, those were some, like, really... Well, actually, that's not true. They weren't really... Those were some wealthy children. Those children had some pretty wealthy families. And I'm not gonna... Like I said, I'm not gonna act like I grew up in the hood, but I definitely did not go to a school that was that nice and liberal. And it was just... It was very interesting to see. But it's... You know, it's a movie, and it's a nice fantasy, so I'm not gonna... Oh shit, son. I just got fucking flanned on. I got flanned on again. It's a little awkward. So if you don't remember, Prompto actually has an ability that weakens demons, so we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of that and let him flex those twink muscles. Let's do it, son. Go ahead and light it up. I actually don't know what's gonna happen if it becomes day before we kill these things. But we're gonna see. I'm hoping it's positive. But in the meantime, we got our head queen in charge, and she is ready to basically light these nerds up. So we're gonna use Ignis. The first time you pick Ignis, they give you a little tutorial for how his abilities work, because he actually probably has the most complex fighting system out of all the characters in the game, which kind of reflects his style. Basically, he basically relies on using precision and his own intellect to fight. So he's more of a technical fighter than, let's say, Gladio and Prompto and Noctis. Which makes sense, because he's not as strong as Gladio, but he's a frontline fighter, unlike Prompto, who's ranged, so he has to really be careful about how he executes things. But basically how he fights is he can juggle elements around. He can use lightning, fire, and ice, and you can actually juggle between them in the middle of your combos to change up what you do. And each element specializes in different things. For instance, using the ice one will actually attack in a large AoE pattern, and on top of that, it also will slow all the enemies, so it's easier to keep comboing them, and they're less likely to hit you. I'm also kind of... it's real easy if you're not used to Ignis's gameplay to button mash a little bit, which is bad. You shouldn't do that, because it'll make you take damage you don't need to do. There we go. I think Ignis's main technique that is usually, I guess, is most emblematic of how he plays is overclock. He can mix elements together to increase his power temporarily, which is a very useful ability for him now. Oh shit, son, I just got fucking smacked up. It's awkward. I'll go ahead and use an elixir on him, even though he doesn't really have NP he needs to recover. Just because, you know, it's fashion. And I don't feel like using multiple spells. We're going to use high jump. Let's see how this goes. I haven't used this in-game yet. Okay, that went pretty swell. Alright. Can we do it? Oh, there we go. Alright, and we're gonna change elements. He also moves a lot when he fights too, which if you lag when you play, it's probably not gonna be as enjoyable because you're gonna drop a lot of frames, especially with all the elemental effects that are going on. But anyway, I did my contractually obligated stint about talking about this game, so we're gonna move back to the gay shit that you love. And go back to town, I guess? Yeah, we're gonna go back to town and turn in this quest, and then we'll be able to move on with the game for real, because I'm a little bit... Personally, I enjoy side questing, but at the same time, we have been in the same area for like 5 or 4 videos, so we really do need to move on, and luckily this is the last side quest, or last hunt rather, for a while, so we can finally move forward in the game. But, you know, the reason why I brought up Love, Simon was because it made me think of things that inspired this video. So you can thank the people who made that movie happen for this. But what I was thinking about is, I think one of the main conflicts in the movie is kind of like how being gay can influence how other people see you, and it can kind of maybe potentially change your relationship with other people. Can I go in here? No, I can't. Okay. And for me, what that made me think about is it's kind of hard for me to tell where gay me starts and where, like, not gay me starts, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to tell where the homo ends and where I begin, basically. And the reason for that is that I realize, and I've talked about this in previous videos, is that separation is almost non-existent for me. And that's a very different way to think about sexuality than a lot of people, because I think the main way that we tend to portray ourselves, at least now, is that being gay is just like a single part of us and it doesn't define us completely. But I think the reason people even say things like that is because being gay is stigmatized to begin with, and so it's like you don't want it to be like all there is because it's still considered a negative thing or something that makes you different from other people. We're gonna actually go to sleep because we gained a good bit of EXP, so we're also running low on money. We really actually need to turn in that quest first. Whoops, my bad. Almost forgot that we actually have to turn it in. But, you know, like I've always said, you know, part of the reason why I'm a nerd in the first place is because I'm a big ol' homo, and I've always been a big proponent of the idea that my sexuality is more than just who I'm interested in sexually. Because I was gay before I even started really having sexual feelings towards dudes, and I strongly believe that. I've been gay for almost all of my existence, basically.
Happy to tell you about the area.
And again, I just see it as more than just my sexual orientation. I see it as, or who I'm interested in having sex with. I just see it as part of who I am, and it's all interconnected. And so, you know, me being bullied by people for being gay indirectly made me into a giant old nerd. Actually, not even indirectly, just directly. Because I remember playing, like, my Game Boy and being like, I fucking hate boys and they're stupid and I don't want to be around them even though they're cute. And I just isolated myself and played video games instead of socially interacting with people, and it was woke. And I enjoyed it. We really should sleep now that we have the money. Yeah, let's do it. And we finally have money now, so that's good, because we were running really, really low. But I think the movie made me think about that, because again, I think that's one of the, like, I don't want to say hidden conflicts, but that's kind of what, like, underpines a lot of the stuff that goes on in the movie, is the idea that, for one, being gay kind of changes how people think about you. Why is my husband so literate and woke? Oh my god, he's reading a book. They're all so cute, I love them. Oh my god. It's interesting seeing Ignis when he poses, because he's normally so stoic. Oh, that's actually a pretty solid shot. If this was on higher graphical settings, that would look really good. Is he talking about Ignis or the flans? Oh. But again, like I've said, for me, there's very little separation between the different parts of me, because I see them as all being extremely valid. And like I've said before, and I think it was either Oracle of Ages or Seasons, or it was Earthbound, I don't remember. Actually, it was Earthbound, I remember now. Is that, you know, I really just strongly believe that. And, you know, I don't directly talk about it, or it seems like I don't directly talk about it, but, you know, my race also has a lot to do with the way I talk about my sexuality and my sexual orientation, and just everything, really. And, again, there's just, for me being black and gay, there's very little separation between the two. They're very intimately connected for me. Honestly, I could see how someone could read Noct as being a big ol' homosexual, because he does seem a little bit not feeling this whole wedding thing, but at the same time, it kind of happens pretty suddenly. But I should probably explain that, because, again, this game, if you don't do the lore tutorials, it's really easy not to know what the fuck is going on, at least at the start. Oh, wow, that is pretty neat. Gladio, sit down, you might hurt yourself. But Luna Freya, the woman that Noctis is going to marry, is actually a healer, and that is her job, and it's actually like, I don't know how to explain it. She has a connection, an ambiguous connection to divinity, and that allows her to heal people. much like Noctis has magical powers through his connection to divinity. I haven't even mentioned that. Oh my god, I probably should say that. So the whole reason Noctis can, like, fucking teleport around and summon weapons is not because that's something everyone in this universe can do. It's something that anyone who is royalty, who is part of his family line, can do. It is a unique power to him and his family and his friends. He can share that power with his friends to allow them to summon weapons too, but if he is not around for them, or if he's not around them, they can no longer do it. And it's because basically some divine stuff's going on, some spooky ultra gay religious energies are powering this, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. That's Golden Quay in the background, or Key, pardon me. My dyslexia is kicking it up again. And we will actually go there. I don't know why I ran in this random direction. I think the gay spirit of chaos took over me. But oh shit, you know what? I should probably keep going though, because I have another piece of the topic I'm supposed to talk about. Shit. Okay, fine. What was that? Something evil homosexual? I forgot where I was going with that. Hold on, I'm looking at my notes. Should have put my glasses on. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I was about to say. So I think that we tend to portray ourselves as being, like, normal sometimes, or, like, there's a desire to do that, and that, you know, we're not like anyone else, we just like men, but again, for me, it's pretty important to acknowledge that actually there are other differences that don't have to do with just being attracted to men. It has to do with the kind of lives we live, and that's the theme I've been talking about over the course of almost all of my Earthbound videos. Is that the things I say, when I say stuff about gay people, it's not because you're literally gay, it's because of the situations a lot of gay people live in, you know what I mean? Huh. Oh my god. Look at this homosexual working the desk. I actually love that in my, like, IRL. Like, when I'm at a business or when I'm somewhere just shopping or doing whatever I need to do. And I just love seeing, like, homosexual employees and wait staff. It fills me with positive energy, and I love it, honestly. And I can relate because I work retail too, and I don't know, it's just really easy to kind of pick out retail homosexuals, in my opinion. There was a post on Tumblr that was saying that, like, department store retail is like a classic gay thought job, and I 100% agree with that, actually. But maybe I'll talk about that in a future episode, who knows. But like I was saying, you know, we do the things we do not because we're gay, but because of the experiences we have as gay people. So for me, in terms of these videos, I was bullied a lot, and also I just love chaos, so that is my experience as a gay person. And speaking of homosexual, my queen. Incidentally, he's my favorite character in the game. And I love him. He's just so gay. And he is part of a lot of the homosexual mischief that I talked about in the very first episode, because he just puts that energy out there. Because he's very gay and chaotic, and I love it. And I'm going to talk more about him. I think when we see him again, spoilers, we're going to fucking see him again, because there's a reason they gave him a unique character model instead of just putting him in a red shirt. But when we see him again, I'm probably going to have, like, a whole episode devoted to talking about him as, like, a trope, and also just as an idol. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this discussion while we hang out with these two homosexuals. So basically, oh, they look exactly the same. What the fuck? Maybe they were mass produced with like the leftover gay energy from making ignis. Who knows? Anyway, we all have our own experiences, and the whole thing about being a homosexual menace that I wanted to bring up, but we're running out of time for, is basically sometimes it's fun to kind of avert that and show that, the way that you exist as a gay person affects your life. So, like, sometimes I'll even flat out mention when I'm talking to straight people that, I live my life differently than you person. Because I'm not like you because I'm gay, and that's okay. And sometimes that means also that I'm a little bit cranky at straight people, because those are usually the people who are fucking being mean to me when I was younger. And it's not like I go out and pick fights, but I think an example of what I'm talking about is that when I think I've told this story before. Like, when I was working my summer internship a while ago, I was talking to the security guard there, and I basically was like, well, he invited me to go hang out with him at a skate park, and I was like, actually, I kind of don't want to do that, because I don't always feel comfortable in public places that I'm unfamiliar with, because I'm gay, and I am sometimes harassed in public by people in situations like that. And he was like, what the fuck? That's weird. Why would people do that? And I was like, I don't know. You tell me, Straighty McStraighterson. And so that's what I meant by being a little bit naughty, a little bit evil. You just gotta sometimes, be unrepentant about bringing up the homosexual energy that you carry and reveal your power level. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video. We went over time a little bit, and it felt like my commentary in this video meandered a good bit. But, that's what you get. This is an Ethan Bonreal production, and I am Ethan Bonreal. We got another homosexual sighting here. We are Ethan Bonreal out of here, and that is very 2000s homosexual, early 2000s homosexual. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I feel like she asked me for coke in a bathroom before, but anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Bye, have a good one, and look how snatched Gladio is. Peace.